Imagine for a second that you've got a dirty, grimy task in front of you.
That's nasty.
I'm talking the gnarliest tape this side of the Rockies. Are you reaching for your $300 folder? Or are you going to go with something budget and save that pristine edge? Well, there are some diehards out there that will absolutely trash a perfectly good Sebenza on some Amazon tape. Many collectors and enthusiasts are just going to reach for a budget knife. The question then becomes, which budget knife? And there are a lot of options. Options like what came in the mail today. I didn't even remember that it was coming, but here it is. 3 new budget knives. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, how's it going, everybody? If you're new here, welcome in. And if you've been here before, smash the like button on the way in. I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. In the pocket today is the one and only Koenig Mini Goblin. And it is, in fact, going to be the knife that we use to unbox these way less expensive knives. So many people will look at this knife and say, that's too much money. You're out of your mind. You have several screws loose. If you're one of those, let me know in the comments section down below as we use this premium piece of American-made goodness to open up what I'm hoping will be some really good budget EDC knives. Because listen, it doesn't have to be made in the USA. It doesn't even have to have titanium or premium knife steel to be a really good knife. And honestly, that's what I'm hoping we're going to find here. So bear with me as we get into it. Of course, today, this package comes from Tenable, and Tenable has been releasing knives a lot. They've been coming out with a lot of new offerings, and on one hand, some people get burned out on it. On the other hand, it's nice to have options. The fact of the matter is that we don't all agree on what makes a good knife or what is a good knife or what isn't. We just don't know. We don't know who's going to like what, so having those extra options is nice, even if every knife isn't for everyone. Today, we're going to start off with this guy. This appears to be a Tenable Model 6. Now, I've already reviewed a Model 6 before, so I'm wondering if there's anything new about this one. Now, the first one that I reviewed was, in fact, their first offering of this knife. Look, I don't even have to cut it. But I'm curious, did they change anything? Are they offering any new materials? What's going on with this guy? The packaging on here is relatively simple. You always get a cleaning cloth. Listen, people don't understand how nice these are until it comes time to clean gunk off your blade. And then you're like, well, at least I've got 100 of these in the drawer. We're just going to go ahead and stuff that back in there like so. All right. So here we go. All right. Ooh, this is new. So this is a bit more colorful than the last one that I checked out. And, you know, I believe that is, if that is G10, that is a really, really soft G10. Now, it's a little lighter on the color here than there. I have a feeling that might have to do with oil remaining on some sides and not on the other side. We're just going to just put a little elbow grease in it. Yeah. I think that's got to be G10, right? Does it say? G-Mascus. There we go. It's a soft touch G10. I love the red accents. Color is so nice. Color is one of those things that is underrated on knives, and I really enjoy seeing it. I love the pop of red right there on the crossbar. Of course, it is not a single-sided captive pivot. It is a double-sided T8 pivot, but we do have T8 body screws all the way around and a reversible pocket clip. If it's a crossbar locks are one of the best ambidextrous knives out there. This one appears to be deep carry. I greatly enjoyed the first one that I checked out on here, and it's still super smooth. It is still super smooth. Of course, 14C28N on this sheep's foot style blade. We've got a ramped and kind of a stepped thumb stud right here. It almost looks like a thumb disc, but it's not. But it's also not your traditional barrel thumb stud either. This is a Nick Swan design, and Nick Swan does some amazing work. I love seeing the evolution of this knife, and I love seeing them add in some more depth of color. It's really, really good in the hand, and this blade gets nice and slicey up here behind the edge. If you haven't seen my original review on this, search through the catalog of videos that is out there. The Model 6 is a classy workhorse, and they've added a bit of fun between the red and the G-Mascus. That's really really good. I love that. We got a little bit of jimping right here. Ergos, super solid. Of course, the blade comes oiled, and that's to be expected. Anytime you get a knife that was made overseas and then shipped here, there should be some oil on the blade. That's how they protect it from the elements when it's on, you know, a ship or a cargo freighter or whatever. Something that I want to point out here is look at that edge bevel. So many times budget knives have these really thin edge bevels that are, and when I say thin, I mean like this size right here. The reason why you want a wider edge bevel is because it's easier to maintain with something like a strop. It's easier to find your angle if you are sharpening either by hand or on a guided sharpening system, and they tend to be slicier because it's immediately thinner behind the edge. If you look on the inside, you will of course see that it has those 3 little dots, meaning that you can take one side off and change around the stiffness of the crossbar spring, and you can then put it back on, take the other side off, and do the same thing. Gosh, that's good. Let's go ahead and get into the second one. Ooh, this is one that I have not checked out before. This is the Tenable Raven, and it looks like this one is... Oh yeah, it's designed by Blackbird Blades. I've heard of Blackbird Blades. Let's go ahead and open this puppy up. Same kind of packaging. Tenable is really consistent, really simple with their packaging. No pouch, of course, but honestly, that's fine. I don't need a million pouches that never leave the drawer. I'm okay, especially on my less expensive knives, if they spend the extra cheddar on making sure that everything else is nice, because that's really what's important. How many times do you actually use the knife pouch? What? Okay, so this is a first for me. I'm just going to put that over there. This is a first for me. This is a Tenable knife with a single-sided captive pivot. No friggin' way. They finally did it. They finally did it. You know how often I've done a review on a concept knife, or I've done a review on a Tenable knife, and I'd said, man, I just wish they would give me a single-sided pivot. They did. They did. And that looks to be carbon fiber. Now, I believe that that is probably a peel ply carbon fiber, where it's probably just a single sheet that's overlaid on top of G10. I think. I'm pretty sure. Either way, it's nice to get any kind of carbon fiber at all. Keep in mind, these Tenable knives are usually in the range of $40 to $60. So that's not, generally speaking, carbon fiber territory, but it's always nice when you have it. The transition between that carbon fiber to what I'm assuming is G10 is flawless. It is, in fact, what's having me question whether or not that is a solid slab of carbon fiber in there, or if it's something like a carbon fiber sticker, or just a singular piece of carbon fiber overlaid on the G10. I'm pretty sure that it is just an overlay on the G10. Not entirely certain. Again, guys, this is not a full review. This is just my first impressions. Ooh, I like that. We've got some nice jimping here on the handle scales. That tells me that they understand that people want it. Maybe they didn't want to put it on the blade, but they put it right here behind the thumb studs, which, ooh, this is also not something you see very frequently on less expensive knives. External stop pins that are the thumb stud. Yeah. Look at that. That is fantastic. Really good action, adjustable, and it has... Oh no. Oh no. It does not have a reversible clip? Lefties, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lefties. No reversible clip. That is kind of a crime. You've got easily the most ambidextrous knife lock ever. It should have a reversible clip. On this one, it doesn't. That's kind of disappointing. The good news is that I'm not left-handed, and most people are also not left-handed, but I have a feeling there's going to be some lefties out there that are a little disappointed that there is not a left-handed variant of this. We've kind of got this bulbous, almost thumb stud style crossbar, and it is a little bit slick to the touch, but not by much. I feel like I can still get a very nice positive grip. This is a very sleek, very slender design. And it also is, of course, a 14C28N stonewash blade. Really nice job on that stonewash. And we, again, have T8 hardware all the way around. G10 backspacer with a hidden lanyard post is a nice feature as well. The pocket clip is not a whole lot to write home about, but it is functional, and you don't even feel it in the hand. That's good. That's really good. Feels good in a reverse grip. Feels good in a regular grip. How is the supposed detent? It's good. Very good. It's nice and smooth. Yeah. Can I fail it? Maybe. Yeah, I can. You have to limp wrist it though. On a crossbar style lock, most of the time you can fail a crossbar style lock because it doesn't have a traditional detent. But I got to say, if you're failing this crossbar style lock, it's probably because you're not actually trying to deploy it. A regular, easy, lazy thumb stud deployment. I got to say, this is a really well done piece. There are a few things that I wish would change. They got to add a reversible pocket clip. I mean, one more screw right there. Just one more screw right there so that the lefties out there can pop the pocket clip over and you've got a perfectly ambidextrous knife. So it is a little bit disappointing that they don't have that, but it's not the end of the world. We have nice pocketed milling on those steel liners, and I really like the addition of a G10 backspacer and these external stop pins, which are thumb studs. This one's a sleeper. I really, really like it. The few things that I mentioned are not what I would consider to be deal breakers, at least not for me, but you'll have to let me know if they would be a deal breaker for you. All right, and last but definitely not least, or at least I hope not. Let's see. This is it's a Tenable Fen Rear. No, a Tenable Fen Rear. Listen, I have reviewed the concept Fen Rear. It's a Greg Schaub design. Oop, there we go. Greg Schaub, also known as the owner / solo operator of Sparrow Knife Company, is one of those knife makers / designers that knows how to make knives that stand out. And of course, the Fen Rear is 100%. It's so good. Immediately, it's so good. Look at that. Reversible pocket clip, double-sided pivot, which again, on these crossbar style locks, I'm not mad at. I'm actually not mad at because it means that you can easily adjust that lock bar tension without fully taking it apart. The blade is the same blade that I know and love. I've had 2 different concept Fen Rears and they've all been good. And now this one as a crossbar style lock. Yeah, the other one was a bolster lock. That action is perfect. This very well might be the new front runner for favorite overall crossbar style lock. The pocket clip is a stamped deep carry pocket clip. We have T8 hardware all the way around. Really good to see them switch to T8 hardware everywhere. This one's an open back design. There is, of course, no backspacer. I would have liked to have seen a micarta backspacer here that matches these micarta scales, but we do have some internalized milling, which is keeping the weight down. Yeah, and of course, reverse grip is perfection. Reverse grip on here is perfection. You got enough belly on this blade to really get in the seam of a cut. That's going to be really nice. If you're just an EDC enthusiast that likes to have a cool looking blade, this is a harpoon style drop point blade. That's what I'm going to call it. I love it. This one is Nitro V. So we got 14C, and Nitro V. Yeah, you know, I wondered because I knew that they were coming out with a less expensive variant of the concept Fen Rear. And to see it in this light, to see it with a crossbar style lock that is adjustable is really, really cool. The blade shape is one of those that doesn't look like it's copying anything else, and it cuts really, really well. I've done several reviews on this specific model before, so, you know, I don't have to tell you. I already know the blade geometry is very good. It's very slicey, and they do an excellent job, especially on that factory edge. Yeah, that's sticky. And because it's Nitro V, similar-esque to 14C, maybe just, you know, a smidge more on the edge retention / wear resistance side of things. This is going to take a very sticky edge. Love the micarta. I would love to see it in kind of a G-Mascus like this as well. And I would love to see a backspacer on there. Other than that, this is solid. I'm assuming that this is going to be somewhere in the $40 to $60 range. Again, that's usually where Tenable knives live. But that is a really good knife for a backup. This is indeed one of those knives that when the going gets tough and you don't feel like pulling out your super expensive American-made Koenig Mini Goblin, you can pull this out and not feel bad at all putting it through the ringer. But guys, what do you think of these 3 new knives from Tenable? Are they stepping up their game? Or would you like to see something else entirely? If you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more unboxing videos, please let me know in the comments section. If you are for some reason not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing. smash the subscribe button on the way out. Other than that, if you want to watch some more awesome knife and EDC content, go ahead and click on one of the videos that pops up next.